Luna was a delightful little dog with golden fur and bright eyes that radiated curiosity. Since she became a part of Marta's life, her dedicated owner, life had turned into a true adventure. They shared a routine filled with love, park walks, and playtime in the yard. Marta always made sure Luna was well cared for and happy, and the little dog reciprocated with affection and unwavering loyalty. On a sunny afternoon, as the scent of fresh flowers filled the air, Luna was particularly excited. Marta had left the backyard door open, and the energetic little dog decided to explore the surroundings. In one of these adventures, she joyfully ran around, sniffing every corner of the neighborhood, discovering new trails and curiosities at every turn. The sound of her paws on the grass and her enthusiasm were contagious. However, this exploration took an unexpected turn. While Marta was busy at home, Luna wandered farther than usual. In her quest for new discoveries, the little dog ventured beyond known boundaries. When Marta noticed Luna's absence, her heart began to race. She called out the little dog's name, but the only echo that responded was silence. The search began immediately. Marta went looking for her companion, walking through the streets and asking neighbors if anyone had seen Luna. Concern grew with every passing minute, and anxiety took over her heart. The supportive neighbors joined her in the search. Every corner of the village was scoured, every bush inspected, but Luna seemed to have disappeared without a trace. As night fell, the concern turned to despair. The lights in the houses flickered on, and the elongated shadows seemed to reflect the fear in Marta's heart. With the sky darkening, the sense of anguish intensified. What could have happened to her beloved little dog? She imagined 1,000 scenarios, each worse than the last. The village, once vibrant, now seemed shrouded in a fog of uncertainties. Marta knew she had to take action. Her trembling voice and the determination in her eyes reflected her worry. While the neighbors continued to help in the search, Marta made posters asking for help and urging anyone who saw Luna to get in touch. With each poster she put up, her hope dwindled a little, but her love for Luna kept her resolute in her mission. Finally, exhaustion began to weigh on everyone. The village was on high alert, and the sense of loss permeated the air. But Marta would not give up. With tears in her eyes, she decided that at dawn, she would continue the search. Her love for her companion drove her forward, even in the face of darkness. And so, as the night progressed, thoughts of Luna filled her mind. With renewed determination, Marta prepared for a new morning, hoping that by the end of the day, her faithful friend would return to her side. 2 days had passed since Luna disappeared, and Marta's anguish only deepened. The community had rallied, with residents searching every corner of the village, but hopes were dwindling. It was amidst this desperate search that a child, playing near an old farm, heard a sound that made her stop. It was a distant, muffled, and desperate bark. Curious, the child approached the overgrown, deactivated well. Looking inside, her heart raced as she realized the sound was coming from there. It was Luna. The little dog was trapped at the bottom of the well, scared and in a fragile state. With wide eyes, the child ran back to the village, shouting Marta's name and alerting the residents about the discovery. The news spread rapidly. Upon hearing that Luna had been found, Marta felt a mix of hope and apprehension. Following the child, she and the neighbors hurried to the well, where a group had gathered, eager to assess the situation. The scene was heartbreaking. Luna was down there, dirty fur and pleading eyes begging for help. Marta's heart shattered at the sight of her beloved pet in such a state. The residents soon began discussing what to do. The well was not only deep, but also narrow and dangerous. Luna's fragility was evident, and concern grew with each passing moment. Driven by an urgent need to rescue her beloved dog, Marta decided she needed to call the firefighters. With a trembling voice, she requested assistance, and within minutes, the rescue team was on its way. As they waited, The tension in the air was palpable. The firefighters arrived, uniformed and ready for the mission, but the challenge ahead was significant. They started assessing the situation, discussing the best way to carry out the rescue. Marta watched every move, her heart racing, hoping Luna could come home safely. The firefighters, experienced in such situations, prepared for the operation. Equipment was set up and a plan was formulated. During this time, Marta approached the edge of the well, and in an act of affection, she began talking to Luna. Though there were no words, the connection was undeniable. Luna, recognizing her owner's voice, started to respond with soft barks, as if she understood help was on the way. The community's solidarity was palpable. Residents gathered around the well, all anxiously awaiting Luna's rescue. The atmosphere was one of hope, but also concern. Each passing minute felt like an eternity, and Marta clung to the faith that her little friend would be okay. By the end of the day, as the sun began to set, the rescue team was ready. They prepared to descend into the well to carry out the rescue. Adrenaline surged through everyone's veins, and the anticipation was almost unbearable. With the courage that defines heroes, the firefighters committed to bringing Luna back to the surface, one step at a time, confident that the team's determination and strength could make a difference. The firefighters arrived swiftly at the scene, their sirens cutting through the air as Marta's heart raced in anticipation. The commander, an experienced man named Lucas, assessed the situation with a serious gaze. He understood that the well, aside from being narrow, posed considerable risks for the rescue operation. Adrenaline pulsed among the team members as they prepared for the mission. Anxiously, Marta followed every move the firefighters made. She watched them as they unspooled ropes, set up equipment, and discussed the best way to descend to Luna. The tension was palpable, and the village, gathered around the well, awaited the start of the operation with bated breath. "We'll need a solid safety system to ensure there are no risks during the descent," Lucas explained to the other firefighters. His words were firm, but the gentle tone he used with Marta offered her a bit of reassurance. He knew every second counted, and the pressure was high, but the safety of everyone, including Luna, was the priority. As the team organized, Marta found a moment to approach the edge of the well once more. Below, Luna looked up at her with eyes full of fear and hope. In a gesture of affection, Marta reached out her hand as if she could touch her beloved dog, despite the insurmountable distance. Luna's weak bark sounded louder, echoing in the narrow chamber of the well, as if trying to communicate with her owner. The community's solidarity manifested in various ways. Some residents brought water and snacks for the firefighters, while others tried to calm Marta with words of encouragement. But nothing could ease the worry filling her heart. The connection she shared with Luna was profound, and the uncertainty of the situation left her distressed. As the firefighters continued to set up the equipment, the atmosphere grew more serious. They reviewed the rescue plans, discussing the best approach to descend without startling Luna, who might become even more agitated. Every detail was considered, from lighting to communication systems, ensuring everyone was on the same page. The operation required precision and care. Finally, the moment arrived. Lucas prepared to descend, putting on a harness and double-checking the knots and safety equipment. With a nod, he signaled that he was ready. The rest of the team stood alert, holding the rope tightly while Lucas positioned himself at the edge of the well. Marta watched every movement intently, holding her breath. Lucas's descent seemed slow, but he was focused. What was at stake was more than just a little dog's life. It represented the love and hope of an entire community. Luna's barking echoed, a sound that mixed fear with a hint of hope. Hearing that, Marta felt a wave of determination. Her friend was down there, and they wouldn't give up. As Lucas descended, each meter felt like an eternity. The narrow, damp well reflected the light from his flashlight, revealing Luna's small figure, now closer than before. Marta could feel her heart racing, intertwined with the anticipation that soon, hope would become reality. The moment was tense, but the spirit of teamwork was strong. The community had united around a single goal: to bring Luna back home. The energy was contagious, and everyone felt the same desire to help. The love story between a little dog and her owner touched everyone, and the wish to see that love prevail further motivated the firefighters and the residents. The tension in the air was palpable as Lucas prepared to descend deeper into the well. He felt the weight of every move, acutely aware that Luna's life depended on his skill and focus. With the rope firmly secured around his body, he took a deep breath and began to descend once more, determined to bring her back to safety. As Lucas went down, the space around him seemed to narrow. The dark, damp well mirrored his concerns. He heard Luna's barks, now weaker, but still filled with hope. At the bottom, the little dog trembled, but her gaze conveyed a mixture of fear and trust. Lucas felt that he needed to be her anchor of courage. When he reached Luna's level, he could see her predicament more clearly. The small dog had found an almost inaccessible nook, a crevice that kept her safe but also immobilized. Lucas approached slowly, avoiding any sudden movements that might startle her further. He crouched down, extending his hand to gently touch Luna. The little dog looked up at him with a mix of relief and fear, her paws trembling. Lucas tried to comfort her, speaking softly but without loud sounds that could cause more distress. However, as he attempted to reach her, he realized the nook was far more complicated than he had imagined. Luna was trapped, and he couldn't reach her without putting them both at risk. A moment of panic surged. Lucas decided he needed to return to the surface to discuss a new strategy with his team. Climbing slowly, his mind was filled with concerns about Luna and the minutes ticking away. The sense of urgency grew, not just within him, but among the firefighters and the villagers watching the rescue anxiously. Upon reaching the top, Lucas was surrounded by his team. He calmly explained the situation, detailing how Luna was in a difficult position. The team quickly gathered to discuss options. The atmosphere was intense, and everyone knew that every second counted. A new strategy was devised, involving more advanced equipment and a plan to position Lucas in a way that he could access Luna without forcing her to move. As soon as the new plan was drawn up, Lucas descended again. This time, he was better prepared, with an extra rope and a hook that could help guide Luna to a safer space. Marta's heart raced as she watched the new attempt, her hopes renewed. The descent was careful. Lucas used the flashlight to illuminate the area and get a better view of where Luna was. He knew he had to be quick, but at the same time, he couldn't rush the process and cause more fear. Upon reaching Luna again, he saw just how fragile she was, but his determination grew. Luna looked at him expectantly, as if she sensed that help was on the way. Using the hook, Lucas tried to gently pull Luna, but she was curled up in the nook and unable to move. The firefighter paused, observing her position. A new adjustment was necessary. He needed to find a way to make Luna feel secure enough to move towards him. At that moment, the tension escalated. The villagers, watching live via the broadcast, couldn't take their eyes off the scene. Every move Lucas made was closely monitored, and the climate of concern was collective. It was as if everyone was united in a single expectation, praying for Luna to be brought back. Finally, Lucas decided he would need more assistance. He shouted to the team above, asking them to bring a more suitable rescue device that could help stabilize Luna and ensure her safety. With the team's help, a new plan began to take shape, and hope started to be rekindled among everyone present.
Before we continue with this exciting story, make sure you are already subscribed to the channel and leave a like on this video to always stay up to date with new content.
The atmosphere around the well was charged with anticipation. The firefighters, now equipped with a new rescue device, were ready to make another attempt. Lucas felt adrenaline coursing through his veins, acutely aware that every second was precious. He took a deep breath, fixed his gaze on Luna, and began to descend once more, determined to bring his companion back. As he reached Luna's level, the firefighter noticed that, despite her fragility, she continued to look at him with trust. He crouched down, remaining calm as he extended his hand again. The little dog, though weak, seemed to sense that help was near. Lucas carefully maneuvered the device, trying to position it in a way that wouldn't scare her further. Luna began to move slowly, as if she knew assistance was close. Lucas then positioned the hook in a secure area, ensuring she felt comfortable and confident enough to approach him. The tension in the air was palpable. The firefighters above watched intently, and the village was silent, everyone hoping this would be the decisive moment. With the device stabilized, Lucas made a gentle move to pull Luna, but she hesitated, feeling trapped and still a bit scared. He encouraged her with soft words and calm gestures, speaking to her as if they were old friends. The feeling of solidarity between them seemed to forge an even stronger bond. After a few moments, Luna took a hesitant step toward Lucas. The firefighter felt a wave of hope seeing her move. It was the first time she had shown willingness to approach. With precision and care, Lucas adjusted the device to ensure she had enough support, while simultaneously making soothing movements to reassure her. Finally, in a crucial moment, Luna decided to move. With an unexpected motion, she came closer to Lucas, who immediately held her firmly yet gently. The connection between them was palpable, and the tension-filled atmosphere was now charged with hope and emotion. The ascent began, slow and careful. Each inch they climbed felt like a victory. Emotions ran high on the surface. The villagers watched with bated breath, ready to celebrate each step Luna and Lucas took toward freedom. Applause and shouts of encouragement began to echo as the firefighters approached the edge. After what felt like hours, Lucas emerged with Luna in his arms. The sight of the little dog cradled by the firefighter transformed the applause into cheers of joy. The entire community was in celebration, rejoicing in the courage and effort that had brought them to this moment. Tears of relief and happiness streamed down Marta's face as she watched, oblivious to the crowd, focused solely on the image of her beloved Luna. As they touched the ground, Luna, exhausted and hungry, found the strength to lift her head. With a spontaneous gesture, she licked Lucas's face, a sincere thank you for everything he had done. The moment captured the essence of the love between humans and animals, bringing tears to the eyes of everyone present. That small display of gratitude was a symbol of overcoming challenges and resilience. While the crowd cheered, Marta ran toward Lucas and Luna. She enveloped them both in a tight embrace, thanking all the firefighters for their dedication and bravery. The warmth of the scene spread throughout the village, and everyone felt they had witnessed something special, a true testament to the strength of the bond between an animal and its human. The atmosphere around the well was filled with joy and relief. Marta, with tears in her eyes, could not take her gaze off Luna. As soon as the firefighters placed the dog on the ground, the woman knelt down, wrapping her arms around the little one. Luna, despite her evident exhaustion, returned the embrace with a warmth that made Marta's heart overflow with gratitude. After the initial emotional moments, the firefighters began to assess Luna. She was weak, but the vital signs indicated that she had managed to survive those long hours alone. Marta felt a lump in her throat thinking about what her little dog had endured, but the sight of her hopeful eyes gave her strength. There was no time to waste. It was time to take Luna to the vet. With the help of neighbors who rallied around the cause, a car was quickly prepared to take them. The trip to the veterinary clinic was marked by a respectful silence, where the only sounds were Luna's soft barks and Marta's whispers of affection, constantly assuring the dog that everything would be okay. The bond between them seemed stronger than ever, a testament to their unconditional love. Upon arriving at the clinic, the veterinarians were already waiting. A dedicated team of professionals immediately mobilized to examine Luna. They placed her on a stretcher, and Marta followed the whole process with a tight heart. Luna received fluids to rehydrate, and all necessary examinations were carried out. With each passing moment, Marta felt a mix of hope and anxiety, wishing for her beloved dog to be safe. After what felt like an eternity, the veterinarian finally approached Marta. With an encouraging smile, he explained that Luna had suffered a lot but was recovering well. The hours without food and the loneliness had left marks, but with proper care, her recovery would be swift. Relieved, Marta thanked the veterinarian and promised to take care of the dog with all the love and attention she deserved. The return home was a mix of relief and the responsibility of caring for Luna. As soon as they entered the house, Marta prepared a cozy space for Luna to rest. With a warm bed and blankets, the dog quickly nestled in, closing her eyes, exhausted but happy to be back home. In the following days, Marta devoted herself entirely to Luna. She fed her special kibble and treats, monitored her health, and was attentive to every little movement of the pup. The bond between them deepened each day, and Marta realized that this experience had changed the dynamic between them. Luna had become not just a companion, but an even more significant part of her life. As Luna recovered, the village began to unite in support. Neighbors who had rallied for the rescue started visiting Marta and Luna, bringing gifts and words of kindness. Each visit was a celebration of life, and the presence of the dog soon became a symbol of hope and resilience in the community. Stories about her journey spread, and the event transformed into a constant reminder of unity and love. Marta reflected on the impact that the experience had on her life and Luna's. The dog's survival was not just an individual triumph, but a reminder of the importance of solidarity in difficult times. Over time, Luna began to show signs of recovery. Her appetite increased, she perked up with the visits, and gradually, she regained the energy she had always had. After Luna's emotional recovery, her story quickly spread throughout the village and beyond. News of the heroic rescue and the little dog's bravery began to fill conversations, social media, and even local news outlets. The image of Luna, exhausted yet happy beside Marta, became a symbol of hope and perseverance for everyone. As the days went by, the village rallied to celebrate their little heroine. Residents began making regular visits to Marta's home, bringing not only gifts but also words of affection and encouragement. Children, in particular, felt a special connection to Luna. They arrived with drawings and letters, expressing their love for the dog and sharing their feelings during the rescue. Luna, in turn, seemed to sense the wave of love surrounding her. Her energy and joy began to return, and soon she was exploring the yard again, wagging her tail and eagerly accepting all the affection. The bond Marta had with her dog had never been stronger. With every lick and tender gaze, the love between them shone through, as if Luna understood the impact her survival had on the community. The firefighters who took part in the rescue also became a part of this new narrative. They visited Marta and Luna, bringing mementos and celebrating the success of the operation. The village children watched in admiration as they listened to the firefighters share stories about heroism and the importance of teamwork. These visits became a highlight for Luna, who welcomed the uniformed men with great affection, as if she recognized them as her saviors. Meanwhile, Marta reflected on how this experience had shaped her life and Luna's. She realized that, beyond saving her dog's life, the rescue had united the community in a way she had never imagined. The solidarity and support that arose during those difficult days transformed into a strong bond among neighbors, reinforcing the idea that together they could face any challenge. As the weeks went by, Luna's story began to take on a new dimension. The village decided to organize a special event in honor of their heroic dog. It would be a festival with activities for children, food stalls, and a moment to remember the importance of unity and love for animals. Marta was moved by the idea, and Luna, even after everything she had been through, would be the star of the day. On the day of the event, the village square was alive with energy. Laughter from children echoed as they ran around, and the atmosphere was contagious. Luna, adorned with a colorful bow around her neck, was the center of attention. Everyone who encountered her couldn't help but smile and pet the little dog, who seemed in her element, radiating joy. The event culminated in a special moment, a small tribute where Marta took the stage with Luna by her side. She shared the story of the rescue and expressed her gratitude for the solidarity shown by the community. Marta's words touched the hearts of those present, highlighting the unbreakable bond between humans and their pets. The love and loyalty that animals bring into our lives are invaluable, and Luna's story became a living testament to that love. With the event honoring Luna still fresh in the community's memory, Marta reflected on everything that had happened. Each moment she experienced, from the anguish of Luna's disappearance to the joy of their reunion, unfolded in her mind like an emotional film. She felt grateful to have Luna by her side and to have witnessed the strength of unity among people during those difficult days. Luna was no longer just a pet. She had become a symbol of hope and resilience for everyone in the village. The story of her rescue was told and retold, inspiring people to cherish the bonds they shared with their animals. Marta realized that even in times of difficulty, love and loyalty could overcome the greatest challenges. As the days passed, Luna's full recovery was on the horizon. Her energy was returning, and she was becoming increasingly active and playful. The games with Marta in the yard turned into precious moments, and each lick on her owner's hand served as a reminder that life was precious and full of second chances. The little dog explored every corner of the house and every shadow of the garden, showing that her curiosity had never faded, only intensified by the experience she had endured. Marta also began to engage more actively in animal protection within the village. Inspired by the solidarity she had received, she decided to help organize adoption events and fundraisers for the local animal shelter. Through this work, she not only honored Luna, but also helped other animals find loving homes. This experience transformed her. She saw in Luna the strength of an indomitable spirit and the importance of offering love and protection to those who have no voice. The bond between Marta and Luna was not just a connection between a pet and her owner. It was a demonstration of the power of love that transcends words. Luna's unwavering loyalty was reflected in every gesture of Marta, and the care they had for each other became a beacon of hope for the community. People who were once mere neighbors now became friends, united by the desire to care for and protect all the animals around them. The lessons Luna brought to the village were profound. Marta recalled how solidarity manifested when everyone came together to search for the little dog. Each neighbor who helped, each child who made a poster, and each firefighter who risked their life to rescue Luna represented the essence of what it means to be part of a community. Together, they faced a challenge, and together, they would continue to look out for each other and their animals. Luna's story would become a local legend, a living reminder of what happens when love and courage unite. Whenever someone spoke of the rescue, there was a sparkle in Marta's eyes. She knew that the love for an animal reflects the love for all living beings, and that this connection is what truly matters in life.
Thanks for watching until the end. What did you think of today's story? Leave your opinion in the comments. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel and leave a like. Until next time.